in there, the object of this match. Pinfall or submission, first man to score one is the champion.
Mace Malone still trying to figure out a way to get inside that cage right now. He's out to defend his title. Right now, Action Jackson's getting double teamed by members of the Dark Circle, Tim Storm and Apoc.
Malone's on top of the cage. He's mounted the corner of the cage. Dark Circle turns around and a flying crossbody on both of them from the top of the cage.
And he's officially in this match.
And here we go, the PCW World Heavyweight Champion going to work on Apocalypse, going to work on the Grim Reaper, Tim Storm. Doing a number on them while Action Jackson regains his senses. And look at this, clotheslining AJ. No alliances in this one.
No alliances whatsoever. They're all foes, no friends.
And now Malone sending Jackson into the ropes. Jackson ducks under. Oh, the big booyah. And he just slammed him with it. Action Jackson.
He didn't get the elevation he needed on that, but he got him down.
Only a 2 count though, and Tim Storm is the man who ran in and broke it up, saving Malone, but quite obviously saving Malone for himself.
Apoc's got the right idea. This is one fall or one escape to the finish, and it looks like he's heading on the outside. But wait a minute.
Apocalypse is on top of the cage. Meanwhile, Storm is going to work on Mace Malone. Action Jackson still down. Body slam by Storm. And now Apocalypse, he's literally in the lights here at the PCW Arena. Oh my, diving headbutt.
Diving headbutt from the top of the cage. Apoc connecting with world champion Mace Malone.
But that took almost as much out of Apoc as it did out of Malone, as now the 2 veterans in the contest, Action Jackson, Tim Storm, to their feet now.
AJ just busted wide open. Here comes Tim Storm. Oh, head first into the cage.
Head and shoulder getting it, and now Action Jackson seems to be getting a second win here as he fires in a right hand and another right hand on the Grim Reaper. And Jackson, Storm, head first.
Again, head first into that unforgiving steel cage.
And
basically a chain link fence surrounding the ring.
And it can be like a cheese grater in there. Mace Malone now going to work on Action Jackson. They've been friends, but that's not going to work here. It's every man for himself. And now Malone trying for the Matrix, but instead Jackson catches him and just turns him upside down into the cage.
Just flipped him into the cage. Action Jackson doesn't play around. He knows what this match is about.
And now AJ is climbing up to the top of the cage. Pinfall or submission gets the win in this match. And AJ, the veteran, some 20-plus years in the business, going back to the days of Bill Watts Mid-South Championship Wrestling. Oh, my, he dove at Storm, but Storm got out of the way.
Tim Storm said, no way, no way. Look at that. It looks like Tim Storm's bleeding from the arm.
Storm with a gash on that arm from the cage, and now the referee is in there, and Storm just driving in right hands on Jackson. Meanwhile, Apocalypse going to work on Malone with some stumps.
There's just so much going on. Rob Moore's hard to keep up with all this. But all I know right now is Tim Storm busted open the arm from that, like you said earlier, cheese grater-like steel cage. Action Jackson busted open the head. He's got a lot of scar tissue up there. That's really easy to cut back open.
Indeed it is. A badge of honor, if you will, in professional wrestling is now the Dark Circle once again teaming up, going after the reigning champion, the man who put an end to Tim Storm's reign back at Capital Punishment, Mace Malone, and a double boot, and now Storm on top. One, and look at this, Apocalypse throwing Storm off. He's going for the cover himself. Storm throws his partner off.
This is where alliances go right out the window, Rob Moore.
Absolutely, and I don't know if the fans... I don't think the fans are going to have a favorite in this particular contest. They're just slugging back and forth. The Dark Circle, the most cohesive unit in the history of PCW, now unraveling at the seams with a title at stake. Apoc running in, and oh my God. He could have
back body drop right into that steel cage. He could have shredded his back on the way down.
Could have backdropped him into the first row if it hadn't been for the cage, and Storm once again into the cage.
God, that arm. He's favoring that arm now, you can tell with those gashes of his arm. Body slam on Mace Malone by Action Jackson. Action Jackson once again climbing to the top. Is he going to go to the top of the cage, or is he just going to go to the top rope?
Look at the big Godzilla from Action Jackson off the top rope.
Godzilla slam from the top rope. If we can just capitalize right now and get on top of Mace Malone, we could have a new world champion.
And this looks like a big-time car wreck in there. AJ with the cover, 2, and Storm pulls him off.
Tim Storm inadvertently saving.
1, 2, and oh, look at this. Apoc makes the save.
Inadvertently saving.
1, 2, and
again. Fans chanting along here with the count.
1, 2, and a kick out by Jackson. Action Jackson is basically fighting 3 men here, but that's the case with all of them. Each man fighting against 3 opponents inside the steel cage here at PCW Arena at Sick and Twisted 2006.
Now Action Jackson and Mace Malone again squaring off, just slugging it out.
And Jackson, the veteran, taking a right hand there from Malone, and now Malone, he may be going for the detonator here, trying to put the legend down, and he does it. Malone,
he does it. He's connected with that detonator right on Action Jackson now. All it takes is somebody to cover him, and we could have a new world champion.
Tim Storm is on top making the cover. 1, 2, and Apocalypse breaks it up. Apocalypse going for the cover. 1, 2, and Malone and Storm both joining in the attack on Apoc. Malone on top, leg is hooked, but a stomp from Storm.
Referee's got his hands full in this match, that's for sure.
Malone face first into the side of the steel cage. And now it's Apocalypse going after Action Jackson Storm after Malone.
Again, AJ head first into that cage. That head's already busted open.
Malone head first into the cage as well. Jackson is just bleeding buckets here. And Storm and Apocalypse going at it once again here.
Just slugging it out. Straight. Stiff forearm to the back of the neck of Apoc. He's got a history of neck problems.
Indeed, he does. He's had that neck broken before.
And just look at the arm of Tim Storm. That's busted open too.
Indeed, Tim Storm bleeding profusely from the left arm and going on top of Apocalypse. He can win the title right here with a pin on his partner, but Jackson breaks it up. Every man for himself. It doesn't matter what alliances you've had in the past. Even though Storm and Apocalypse have been one of the most cohesive teams ever, multiple times PCW Tag Team Champions, in this match, all that doesn't amount to a hill of beans.
Well, it sure doesn't. I mean, pretty even right now. I mean, your guess is as good as mine. Who's going to walk out with the title tonight? Stiff kick right into the jaw of Action Jackson from Apoc, and he takes him down with a clothesline.
Vicious clothesline by Apocalypse. Jackson's face covered in blood. The crimson mask as Malone breaks up that pin. Storm now getting on top with a cover. 1, 2, and look at that. Apocalypse firing in on his erstwhile partner. Fatal 4-way steel cage match, the PCW World Heavyweight title on the line, and Malone is the man who is the champion, and he is at a disadvantage because any one of these 3 men is capable of taking that title, and they don't even have to pin him or make him submit. Oh, look at this. Jackson and Apocalypse on the top rope, clinging to the top of the cage. Oh, my goodness.
Oh.
Storm kicking the rope and taking it out from under Jackson and Apoc.
Good strategy by Tim Storm. He just killed 2 birds with 1 stone.
Now Storm has Malone hooked. Looks like we're going to see a superplex here. Malone trying to fight his way out.
Couple of short rabbit punches to the rib section. Looks like he's flipping over. Sunset flip into a powerbomb.
Oh, my.
Mace Malone looks out on his knees right now, but he knows enough to cover Tim Storm.
1, 2, and Apocalypse breaks that up. Mace Malone, the man with the most to lose in this match.
The other 3 can walk out. One of them can walk out as the World Heavyweight Champion. Mace Malone firing back. He is just, it looks like he's found that second win right now, firing back on Apoc. Apoc reversing the whip.
End of days here. And Apoc connects. That's it. Apocalypse is going to be the new world champion. No, Action Jackson gets in there. Action Jackson saving the title for Malone, at least momentarily, a DDT on Apocalypse. Tim Storm back up to his feet now. And a kick. And a DDT on AJ.
AJ using a DDT on Apoc. Tim Storm thought it was good enough to give to AJ. And Mace Malone over in the corner scaling the ropes. Apoc, well, he's got presence of mind to know where Mace Malone is. Going there, fighting him off. They're both on the top rope right now. Looks like he's trying for a German suplex off the top rope.
Oh, my God, that could do some serious damage to Malone and cost him the title. Tim Storm is standing there. He's waiting to see what's going to happen here. Oh, look at this. Storm caught Apocalypse in midair with a perfect storm. 1, 2, and Jackson breaks it up.
But there's Mace Malone on top of the cage.
Oh, my. Malone is on top. Jackson and Storm slugging it out. Malone crouching, waiting for his time.
Booyah on Tim Storm. Oh.
Flash by Malone. Malone on top of Apoc. 1, 2, and 3.
Mace Malone retains the PCW World Heavyweight title, pinning Apoc in this fatal 4-way match inside the steel cage.